So we're going to dedicate this class to Refuah Shlema, that she have a speedy recovery. It's Rafael Ben Zohara. Every word of Torah we say over here, every word that's listened, every word on YouTube that's listened, and the clips will be Refuato. Hashem, by Pesach, to get up, it'll be Bari, and going like Arya and sit with you guys in the Shabbat Pesach table. No problem. We'll start louder. So as we know, obviously this is the pre-Pesach Shuir. Next week, Wednesday night is Pesach, right? And then we're going to have Thursday, we're not going to have a class. After that, again, it's going to be Pesach, no class. So we're only going to be back until April 20th. So I felt it was proper, and we're going to all come into Pesach with something about Pesach. So we're going to talk about a little bit about Pesach. Today, I was listening to Shiur. Arav Michael Lasli, very funny rabbi from Israel. And he brought an analogy that I liked. He said that in this analogy, Haman and Paro meet in Gehenom. Now obviously this is against the Midrash, because the Midrash really relates, the commentary relates that when the sea of reeds split, when it came crashing in on the Egyptians, at that same moment, while Paro was in the water, he did tshuva. He said, Hashem, forgive me, I sinned to you, I shouldn't have done what I did. You hardened my heart. I would have repented a long time ago, and Hashem forgave him. And he actually came out of the water. And he was the only person who survived out of all of Egypt. That's what the Midrash relates. And not only that, he became a very righteous person. He actually went to the city of Nineveh. And over there, he became a king. Now, what was going on in the city of Nineveh? Over there, they had crazy amount of illicit relationships. Men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, transvestites, whatever you can imagine. No, it was not started in the village. It was originally, even in Mitzrayim, they already had this concept. We see that when Yosef was by Potiphar. Later on, he calls him Potiphara. Right? He changed his name from Bruce to Caitlin. What happened? Says the Midrash that he had to change. He had to change. It didn't start over here. It was all the way from over there. Now, Paro, what was happening? In Egypt, the same thing was happening. Same exact thing. All these illicit relationships, men sleeping with men, women married, pregnant, whatever you imagine. It was all free range over there. Whatever you want, chinam, take it, whatever you want. So Paro thinking, okay, I was the ruler of Egypt. I allowed it over there. I should allow it over here too, no? Said, no, I will not allow it over here. Because now he did tshuva and he became righteous. What did he do? He saw that the words weren't helping. So he went to the city square. And over there he made a gigantic bonfire. He took all the men and the women, took the soldiers, said separate them. Put men on one side, women on one side. So anyone who crosses will get thrown into the fire. A few people try to cross, they grabbed him and threw him into the fire. Paro became a very righteous person. It actually comes up in one of the prophets. You're going to hear about him later on in the story about he was over there. Bemet, one of the big tzaddikim, one of the big righteous people in his time. And what did he do? He put them and separate them. To ingrain in them this idea of men, if you're a man, you're a man. If you're a woman, you're a woman. There's no non-binary, gender fluid. Like today, you go to the bathroom, you don't know if a Jennifer or Jeff is going to pull up behind you. You're sitting at the stall, all of a sudden you pull up, you say, what's going on over here? Or suddenly you say, hi, you see a woman sitting next to you. Who's the chimiskena? Who's the worst? The woman. They're in the bathroom, now a man can walk in on them. I don't blame them for having a change after going to the woman's bathroom. You ever seen how clean a woman's bathroom is? After going over there, you say to yourself, you go to the men's bathroom, you go to the woman, you say, you know what, today I'm a woman. You walk into the men's bathroom, I don't know what's going on with the men over there. Smell, you just want to walk out, toilet paper on the floor. So how do you even get this on the floor? What are there, 3-year-olds in here? No, this is college. Why is it so dirty in here? Why is it so dirty in here? There's a bunch of grown men in here. The place is... He goes to the woman's bathroom, he sees that it's clean. He says, you know what, I also want to be a woman. No, but you see, Paro told them, listen, we got to create a divide. Ingrain it into your mind, understand this concept. There's something called a man and something called a woman. That's the first thing he did. Second thing he did, when he called a separation between them, he stopped the opportunities for these illicit relationships. Men and women weren't having a meaningless conversation anymore. They didn't have the opportunity. So what happening is the wives weren't cheating on their husband as much anymore. People weren't sleeping around as much as they were because the men didn't have opportunity to sleep around. Now, I didn't come to speak about this. I came to speak about a little bit more Pesach. But just yesterday, someone sent me this. A flyer. You remember. Someone sent me a flyer. A lineup in this week or next week, whatever, in Miami. Every night, or like 8 events. Every night a different club. And one of them, like what Pesach? In honor of Pesach. Right? We're going to have potato vodka over there. Every night a different club. A different club. Let my people go. Party. Let my people go party. I saw this. I said, yo, this is the craziest thing I've heard in my life. The craziest thing is the biggest spit in the face of God. I'm going to do, in honor of Pesach, what am I going to do? I'm going to throw a party. I'm going to go clubbing. Who knows what's going to happen over there? What's the whole point of it? That's what Hashem wanted? Hashem said, I want you to go to Pesach. I want you to get potato liquor. And I want you to go clubbing. That's what Hashem wants for Pesach? That's the whole idea of Pesach? That we're drinking potato liquor and now we're kosher. We're good. As long as the potato liquor's over here, we're all right. Okay, it's a little bit nasty, but it does the job in then. Patron is also allowed there. I don't know. I don't know these things. I know Arak. I heard something about Arak. Long story short, that's what Hashem wants. Says Zechel Tet Mitzrayim. The pasuk says there are commemorants of Mitzrayim coming out, of Egypt coming out. Now I have a question. Who came out? Egypt came out? Egypt came out, or the Jews came out of Egypt? Says the Midrash, what is it? Zechel Tet Mitzrayim. The remembrance of Egypt coming out. What is Egypt coming out? We went out. Should be Zechel Letziat Mi Mitzrayim. From Mitzrayim. We went out from Mitzrayim. What? They're going out of Egypt. Says Chazal, they're going out of Egypt for within us. Every single person has these concepts that we learned in Egypt. All these things about party, clubbing, this, that. We learned it from Egypt. That was something that was in our hearts. Says Yetziat Mitzrayim is taking out this concept from your heart of Mitzrayim. Everything they were doing over there, take it out from your heart. Take it out from your heart. That's what it is, Pesach. Letziat Mitzrayim, coming out of Egypt. Not just coming out of Egypt physically, that our bodies came out. Also that we're coming out of it spiritually, in our hearts. We're not holding these desires anymore. And of course, it's a little bit limiting. Oh, I can't go party, I can't go... It's a little bit limiting. So this is exactly the point. Exactly the point. So I want you to learn. Going back to the analogy. Going back to the example we were bringing down. Haman meets Paro in Gehenom, sitting down in hell together right now. Now Haman is very upset. He's walking around. He says, some guy over there says, hello, where's Paro? Where's Paro? So a guy tells him, oh, you'll find him over there in the corner drinking a bottle of Patron. Sitting on a box over there in the corner. So he goes and he finds Paro. He says, I have a bone to pick with you. Paro says, then what do you want from me? I didn't do anything to you. I don't know you, Bachlal. We're different times altogether, different thousands of years later. What do you want from me? He says, no, I have a bone to pick with you. He says, what'd you do? He says, me, I'm a wicked person. I'm really a wicked person. You know how I know? What did I say? La'arog, la'abed, la'ashmit, beyom echad. One day. To kill all the Jews in one day. I could have said a week. And in a week I could have killed much more people. Why dafka one day? Because I knew these Jewish people, they would win. And then they would have a party on the day that they beat me. So instead of giving them 7 days celebration, I only wanted to give them 1. But you, 7 days of celebration? You shouldn't be in Gehenom. You should be in heaven. You should be in Gan Eden. You gave them 7 days celebration, Pesach. Paro starts laughing. He says, 7 days celebration? Have you ever been to a Jewish home 2 weeks before Pesach? He says, go over there. The microwave is outside. The refrigerator is out the window. The sofa's upside down. Everything. The whole closet is outside. You have furniture on the street. The kids don't have clothes to wear. All the books off the shelf. You walk into the house. So what kind of house? This is a madhouse. He says, this is freedom over here. This is celebration. Then you finally get the Pesach. Okay, finally we can relax. The house is clean. Right? We did the biur. We did the check-in. We did the lie. We did everything, right? Hit the Pesach. Okay, now you got to eat these dry crackers for the rest of the week. And these dry crackers, now you have to do in the Seder night. Another one. After 2 Seder nights, you have to call a plumber because you can't go to the bathroom. 100% constipated. 100% constipated. 2 weeks you didn't go to the bathroom. Doctor, I have a problem. What happened? It's Pesach. Don't worry about it. Huh? Cool, it's everybody. Don't worry about it. Take some laxative. You'll be okay. Huh? You have to. Not only that, drink 4 kosot, 4 cups. Says Chazal, what's the best type? Dry red wine. Dry red wine. If you don't drink the whole cup, what happens? Drink again. So what happened? That one guy over there drink half a cup. Says, no. I have another one. 2 cups in already. He's sitting over there like this. Like that. He says, this is freedom? But what's sitting over there is looking at him. This is freedom? This is what freedom is? They both start laughing. Said the Kadosh Baruch Hu, this is exactly the point I want you to take away from Pesach. Exactly to take a point. What's this holiday? Pesach is the commemorance of the freedom that we got when we got out of Egypt. But within that freedom, there's limitation. Within that freedom, there's limitation. Said the Kadosh Baruch Hu, a person wants to be free. La'avdil me'avdol, to differentiate a million times. To live in America today, the land of the free, but you still have the IRS and the NSA. And if you have a crack on your sidewalk, you're going to get a letter in the mail. If you don't fix it, we're going to fix it and we're going to send you the bill. And not only that, you have cops, you have speed cameras. As a free, I'm free. I'm free. The cat out here is more free than I'm free. As a free. The garbage can't be out, and they get a new law. I got a letter in the mail. The garbage can only be out from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if it's covered, 9:30. Hello, I have to do the whole calculation to take out the garbage. I'm lucky if I remember to take it out in the morning. Most mornings I wake up, I hear the garbage walking in the block. I'm like, I walk outside. So she wanted to get the garbage out. Now they're giving me a limitation where I can take out the garbage. Free? This is free. But what would happen if we didn't have these things? What would happen? If we didn't have the cops and we didn't have the speed, everything was free. What would be? The world would be chaos. People were killing people left and right. You'd be walking in the street, a guy would look at someone's girlfriend. What you stupid? Nothing would happen. He walk away. 5 kadurim. Told the guy with 50 cents. Hey, put a 9 kadurim in him and walked away. Anyone. You go to the gym, you see you on the wrong bench, you're there for too long, move off. That's it. Everything You go to the bathroom, and God forbid you need to use the bathroom. Obviously, you're going to go to the women's bathroom, right? Because it's much cleaner. Right? You need to use the bathroom, taking too long, all of a sudden you get shot in the foot. The world would be chaos. How many people would be going crazy, speeding the cars, going Already today they do it. What do? They already have, like we spoke about last time. They have the calculations. You know exactly what the speed light is. So they stop, brake as hard as they can before the speed line, and then they go back again. Imagine you didn't have any cops, you didn't have nothing, people would be going crazy in the street. There'd be 100% chaos. Said the Kadosh Baruch Hu, this is what you have to understand. L'avdil me'avdalot, to differentiate. Said the Kadosh Baruch Hu, what's real freedom? Real freedom, if I gave you a life with no limitations, said God, like guys, you came out of Egypt, go free now, do whatever you want. What's going to happen? It's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos. A person's going to have chaos within himself. Because what happens? The Yetzer Hara tells you, I want you to be free. I want you to have real freedom. What's all these limitations? You go up to that guy, say, yo, you come to the Shuir. Say, God, what do you want from me? I'm becoming religious now. I have to keep Shabbat, keep all these limitations. What do you want from me? And I tell him, you think I came from this world? I was nothing here, b'chlal. Until today, people that I used to hang out with back in the day, they call me today crying on the phone. 30-year-old guy, cannot get married. What? I thought you'd be the happiest person in the world. All the parties, all the women, all the whatever you want, you had it. Why are you not happy? Why are you not happy? They're calling you, bro, I don't know what to do, I'm lost. No direction, no kivun, nothing. Because they have an empty void in them. They have an empty void in them that they're constantly trying to feed with the next desire, the next desire, the next. It's like a drug addict waiting for his next fix. He's like, okay, I need to go to the club. I need to go. I need another car. I need something. I need something. I need something. Like a drug addict, man. Because he's not shalem. He's constantly running around. He's eating. He's trying to satiate his hunger that he has inside of him, but he's not working. Why? So that person who has freedom, you think it's really free? You think to live a life without limitations, it's really free? It's not really free. It's the most oppressing life in the whole entire world because you come in prison by yourself. You become in prison to your desires. Now you're a slave to your desires. You're running after them non-stop to try and fill this void, this emptiness inside of you. Not one, not two, all the people that I used to be friends with that continue with that life is exactly them. Every time you see them, every time you call them, same story. Same exact story. Bro, I don't know, I'm this, I'm that. סיפורים. כל הזמן בדיכאון כזה. Every time deep breath, down. What's going on? What's going on? The life of freedom. How many times we spoke about it? Right? What's a person's favorite thing to eat in the whole entire world? Right? He'll tell you, I like steak. Right? We spoke about it before, right? I like steak. So give him steak every single day for the rest of his life. How long do you think he's eating steak? I tried it in the summer. About a week and a half after that, I couldn't breathe anymore. I sent my picture to my friend. I was like, listen, I'm not doing any more barbecues. Leave me alone. I don't want any meat. I don't want to see meat. I don't want to see chicken, nothing. So I sent a picture of tuna steak. So I found an alternative. Huh? But long story short, if you eat something every single day, you're not gonna really enjoy it. Favorite drink, favorite car, everything in the whole entire world. If you have it every single day, then guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get sick of it. It's not gonna give you any happiness. You're gonna be satiated for a little bit, and then it fades away quickly. Satiated a little bit, fades away quickly. That's it. How long does it last? Nothing. There's a world with freedom. You think it's really free, but it's not free. Because to really be free, you need to have limitations. To have those limitations, when a person says, okay, I eat steak, but I limit myself to once a week. What was that word? I limit myself to once a week. Guess what? He'll enjoy to eat steak for the rest of his life. But you're limiting yourself. You're not free. Be free. What do you mean? I eat steak every single week. I love it. I enjoy it more than you eating steak every single day. Every single day, I eat steak once a week, but it's the best steak in the whole entire world. I enjoy it like, huh? Why are restaurants so expensive? So you don't go there every day. No. Huh? But imagine you went to reserve car, or no, any restaurant every single day. Even the owners don't eat there anymore. You know what I'm saying? The owner never eats there. What's going on? If you don't like your food, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it, I already had too much. Every day the same thing, it gets tiring. But the happiest life you can live is a life with awareness of Kadosh Baruch Hu. Says Hashem, what's the most important part of the Pesach? Is the Haggadah. The most important part is the story we recount over to our children, right? Or the children within us. And you say the story over to your children, right? What's so important about that? Let's say a person went to the Seder, he did everything, he cleaned, the refrigerator's outside the window, the whole house is not even a crumb over there, one speckle of dust not over there. They do motzi, matzah, they sing the whole 9 yards. Comes to Agadah, the kids are knocked out on the couch, says, Abba, you know what? Let's just skip the Agadah. Let's go straight to the Eid, let's go straight to the Halil, and let's go to sleep. Mr. Haggadah, was he Yotzei? Did he fulfill the obligation? No. Says the Torah, the only thing you have in the whole Seder that's from the Torah itself is the Haggadah. Is to go through and recount the story. What's the point of that? Says the Kadosh Baruch Hu, I want your children to understand something. I want your children to know one thing. I want you to tell them all the stories about the dam, tzvardea, the blood, everything that happened in Egypt. From the beginning until the end. Why? Because I want your children to understand the story and understand the greatness of God. The miracles that He did for us. How He took us out. How He took us out of His presence. The power of God. The infinite knowledge of God. Makat Becharot. The killing of the firstborn. Even if there was Zimbabwe, the firstborn died. Huh? He went on a vacation to New York City. He was sitting. The firstborn died. Says the Midrash. Everything you could possibly imagine. Kosh Baruch Hu, knowledge you can't even imagine. What does the Kosh Baruch Hu want you to teach your children? To be aware of Him. Once you understand who God is, you understand the Koach of Hashem, you understand what's his mental power, how much knowledge He has, it's infinite, that we can't even fathom. Guess what? You stop asking questions. You stop saying, oh, maybe that. No. If I understand Kosh Baruch Hu, and this is how powerful He is, He knows everything, guess what you're teaching your children? You know what? Then I'll go in the ways of Kosh Baruch Hu. And when I reach a limitation that seems, it's limiting to me, guess what? I'm going to take it, because I said Kosh Baruch Hu knows better than me. I spoke about this with a few people. About Shabbat. Shabbat for me in the beginning was very, very hard. Very, very difficult. I remember, how did I start keeping Shabbat? I don't remember how many years ago it was. Many years ago. I had a very hard time keeping Shabbat because I didn't know this at the time, but I didn't like to be alone with myself. I was afraid to be alone with myself. I said, I cannot be with the TV. I cannot keep Shabbat. I need to. And I didn't realize that the whole week I was like a maniac, every night calling every friend, trying to go out. And my wife would be, my wife is sitting over here. What is going on with you? Just sit down. I cannot. I have to go out. I have to do something. I can't be alone myself. So I speak to people. I say, you have to keep me Shabbat. I said, I can't. Can I do it? Can I be? They don't understand. I said, you know why? Because you're afraid to be alone with yourself. He says, what? I said, I put you to a challenge. Go home tonight, 30 minutes, you in the dark, no phone, no distraction, no nothing. Can you do it? No way. No way, Habibi. No way. I told him I started keeping Shabbat. My brother called me, he said, listen, Maor, after months of being tochen my moach, called me, he says, Maor, you need to keep Shabbat. I said, Shana, leave me alone. I'm not keeping Shabbat. I need to do my thing. I need to smoke my hookah. I need to chill. Leave me alone. Lemon mint for Mari, if anyone wants to know. I need to smoke my hookah. Says, oh, dear sheket. Says, you know what, Maor, I'll make you a deal. So I've been bothering you every day. Now, this is, by the way, a good trick. If you want to know how to trick somebody to do something, bother them non-stop, and then tell them, Yalla, come just 3 times, and then you never hear from me ever again. 3 times, you never hear from me, I'm not going to say a word. So nothing? I said nothing. So I kept 1 week. Very hard. 2nd week, every minute I'm counting. The time was going by so slow. Comes the 3rd week, Shabbat comes in, I'm already getting excited. That's it, like Shabbat. I'm already excited, I'm dancing. I said, this is the last one, I'm done. And He's going to leave me alone forever, and I'm free. I come into the Shabbat, that Shabbat flew by, I had the greatest time, right? The week the Shabbat came out with the Shabbat, Havdalah, Shabbat Shalom, I finished. The rest of the week, I'm going on happy, no one's going to bother me anymore. Came the week after Shabbat, I said, I cannot do it. Get Shabbat again, and since then I've been keeping Shabbat. But guess what I learned along the way? I learned along the way how to love to be alone. That same person who back then was afraid to be alone, and have a conversation with himself, I learned to love to be alone. The best thing that ever happened to me. Now I don't need anybody. I don't need no one. Except for my wife, because she's listening maybe. I don't need anybody. I don't need friends. Friends call me, where are you? We don't see you anymore. I say, yeah, I'll call you next week. I don't even want to hang out anymore. I like to do my own thing. I want to be alone. But how did that happen? So that goes back from that limitation. When you take away all those electronics, or you take away all the TV, all the distractions in the whole entire world that you're running to, guess what? You're forced to have a conversation between yourself, you and yourself. A couple has a problem with Shalom Bayit. What do? How do you fix it? You put them together. And you make them talk with someone in the middle. Right? So that way it doesn't get too crazy. She's throwing some dalim, he's throwing a fork. Now, you don't want to get too crazy. Put someone in the middle. You force them to talk with one another. Say the Kadosh Baruch Hu, I want you to take Shabbat because I want you to learn how to talk to yourself. How to make Shalom Bayit, how to make peace in your home, in your body, with you and yourself. So that way you learn to be alone and stop running away. Stop running away from the next distraction to the next distraction. Learn to be shalem. Because real happiness, Real happiness comes from inside. There's no external thing that's going to give you happiness. I promise you this. Who's the happiest person you ever seen in your life? The avrech, the little guy sitting down learning. The happiest person you ever seen in your entire life. Now Ben Azmanim, usually I'm in a different kollel. Ben Azmanim, I go to this kollel, Keter Tzion, over there. No joke, 300 something avrechim over there, jam-packed. You there? I didn't see you. 300, jam-packed. It's huge. I walk in there, I get anxiety just walking into the room. Just today, someone sniffed me out. He told me Israeli, right? I said, how'd you know? He said, you walk and you talk, and I see you eating the cottage cheese from the tub. That's how I know it was you. I said, ay. You guys got me. The secret's out. Like it's a secret, yeah? But long story short, 250. And you see these guys, but sameach, happy. Why? Because you give this guy a chocolate bar. A chocolate bar! How many chocolate bars I got over there? They give him a chocolate bar. He's the happiest person in the whole entire world. You know why? Because he learns to be happy what he has. Chocolate. Tzaddik ochel lesova nafsho. A righteous person eats and he's satiated. And a wicked person eats and he's eating Chinese food. He eats, goes to the bathroom, eats again. Everyone knows Chinese food is not filling. If you ever want to eat a filling meal, never get Chinese food. You eat, you have to go, comes out the other end, you come back and eat again. So the right, wicked person is constantly eating, but he's never filled, never satiated. But tzaddik, a righteous person, that's the person who's really satiated. That's the person who's going to have, you know why? Because he learns to appreciate the things that he has in his life. He learns to appreciate all the things. Building on that thing that we're talking about Shabbat, now that I'm married and I have children, I can tell you that Shabbat is the best day of the week for me. Because all week, when I get home, even if my kids are there or not there, I have to be on the phone because I have the business, I have this, I have that. All the things that are pushing me away. Someone called me for tshuva, answer question, this, that. Things are pushing me away. Come Shabbat, I sit on the table with my children, and my daughter's 3 years old. She's talking now. And she talks to me and I listen, and she just says things, and I'm sitting over there like she's saying the biggest, sit there and just spend time with them, quality time with them. No distractions, no phone, nothing. We sit down and we talk. You think when my kids are going to get older, when my daughter, the same, she's going to get older, she's going to get married, what's she going to remember? The movie she watched, the telephone, she's going to remember those things? She's going to remember the quality time she had with Abba. She's going to remember that. And guess what? She's going to want to do the same thing with her children. Say that Kadosh Baruch Hu, you take upon yourself these limitations, guess what? You think that you're limiting yourself? That's what real freedom is. The real freedom is in that. Comes Pesach and says this is the holiday of the commemorance of the freedom. Why? Because there's limitations. Understand that in order to really live a life that's free where you're not running after trying to fill desires from your bed, when you actually can live a happy life, it's a life with limitations. You love steak? I limit myself to once a week. There's a story I heard. I'm going to finish over here. A story I heard. A beautiful story. About two mothers. Right? They both had children around the same time, a few weeks apart. So after 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year, they decide they're going to send their children to the same play group, right? So they go to one of these houses in Bedford in the basement over there. And they put the kids in a play group. And they start to play this, that. Eventually the kids get 2, 3 years old. Now the mother's sitting over there, okay, now we got to send them to yeshiva. So this mother hears, there's a certain yeshiva over here that has a government program that I'm going to only pay $200 a month instead of paying the $1,200 a month. But the education, the learning, the how we call the Ashkenazim, the Yiddishkeit is a little bit low. But whatever, I'm saving a little bit of money. The second mother, listen, up to the children. The children I'm not going to compromise. And she sends the children to the $1,200 yeshiva. Now the whole time, they turn to be friends. And the whole way through, you see such a sucker, you're losing every month, you're losing $1,000. I'm paying $200, you're paying $1,200. And it's only going up for you. Maybe you're going to go up to me $25. Okay, whatever. But next year it's going to be $1,300. Until you finally get to high school, $2,200 per kid. And you're paying this. Yeah, you're such a flyer. Sucker. Fast forward 20 years. Her kids and her kids. She comes over, she sees her kids. The woman who sent her kids to the regular place, $200 a month. She comes home. Yeladim, come downstairs. Ima, leave me alone. What are you talking about? I'm on the video games right now. I'm not coming downstairs. תעזבי אותי בשקט. למה את מבלבלת לי את המוח? How many people heard that, huh? חס ושלום לדבר ככה לאמא, huh? Wow, leave me alone. Leave me alone. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? She goes over to a friend's house, so the kid went to proper education. ילדים, בואו למטה. Children, come downstairs. כן, אמא. Yes, אמא. You need something, אמא? The woman comes, she sees the kids. She says, what is this? What kind of children do you have? They're not children, these are malachim, these are angels. He says, this whole time you're telling me I'm a friar, I'm limiting, I'm taking for myself. You took the easy way out, look what I got you. I said, I'm going to limit for myself, I'll take away from myself the money that I have every single month. I'm going to pay a little bit extra. But so what? Look at the diamonds that I have for children. It's an imshal, like a story I heard. I didn't come to say the story, but now that I'm saying the story, it popped in my head. There was a story of a student, Yeshiva Avrech in Israel. And he was driving on a Friday, Yom Chamishi, Mechila. On Thursday, he was driving in the car. And there was a traffic. So as he's standing in one of the things, all of a sudden one guy behind him, asks the gangster, says, honky the horn. So he wants to tell him it's a red light, so he goes like this with his hand. Ooh, wow, the guy behind him saw like this, he thought he was telling him like this. He got out of the car. He comes knocking at the window. Hello, ma asiti li kacha? Starts screaming at him. What'd you do to me? Who do you think you are? You don't know who I am? Opens the door, grabs this little Jewish guy. His children and wife are sitting in the car. Picks them up, puts him in the car, and starts boom, 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 punching him non-stop. Bush, bush, bush. Hitting him. The Vechta do nothing. Sitting down over there, taking the hits. Boom, boom. He's smiling a little bit, you know? Taking the hits. All of a sudden, people get out of the car, they grab him, they pull him off. Are you crazy? They pull him off, they're holding him. They tell him, listen, we're holding him, call the police. We're not leaving over here, press charges. The Avrech, his face halfway down, bleeding, one eye open, one eye closed. Comes like walking over like this. Says to him, listen, I won't send you to prison and I won't press charges on one condition. Come to Manhattan Shabbat. Tomorrow I want you and your wife and your kids to come to Manhattan Shabbat. And the guy's looking at him, this taxi driver, says, are you crazy in the head? So look at your face. You have to go home right now. Eyes, this, that. You crazy in the head? You invited me on Shabbat? He says, I promise you on one time. I will call police right now. He says, I took down your plate. I took down your license information. I have down your ID. If you don't call me by tomorrow 1 o'clock confirming you're coming, I will call the police and press charges. And I have witnesses. He took the number of the witnesses. It's okay. Goes home that night, tells his wife, listen, there's a little bit of balagan, there's a little bit of a story. Don't ask. We have to go to this guy's house tomorrow Shabbat. So he calls him at 1 o'clock. He says, listen, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know if it's going to happen. I appreciate the gesture, but I don't think I'm going to come. So what does the yeshiva guy tell him? He tells him, hello, if you don't come to my house tonight, I promise you I'm calling the police right now and you're going to jail. The guy tells him, no, come on, seriously? I promise you. Right now, yes or no? Tell me no, and I'm doing it. I'm calling them right now. And not only that, you're coming and you're keeping Shabbat. Oh, you're keeping Shabbat? He said, no. Okay, Mamit, Kashi 911. No, we're coming. The guy tells the children, they pack him up, they go to this guy's house. They come to Shabbat. As soon as this guy walks in, the husband, the wife, and the children all dressed beautifully Shabbat. They welcome them with the beautiful smiles. This, that. Get ready, we're going to Bet Knesset. They go to shul. Happy to be, had a nice shul over there. They come in and they're singing. They boom, shmirot, shirot, lecha, dodi. Sing over there. It's like, you know what? There's a nice vibe over here. Had a good time. Comes to the house. He said, okay, wasn't so bad. The shul wasn't so bad. Comes back. Shalom aleichem. I said, wow, she's the children and sitting with Abba. Shalom aleichem. Okay, no problem. They do kiddush. The father sitting over there. His children were a little bit older. What'd you learn in school this week? He tried to start telling him all the parashiot that you heard. Oh, parot this week. And the father sitting over there listening attentively to every single word. And the kids come and they give Abba a kiss, good night, and they go to sleep that night. They wake up in the morning. He wakes the guy up. I don't know. Wake up! I have to go to shul. Gets him up, he goes to shul, half asleep the whole time. He's, Finally gets to the song, he's singing with them, Shema Yisrael. He knows, Shema Yisrael. He knows that. Levachot, he does that with them. They finish, they come home. Again, Suda. They come singing, dancing, He's enjoying himself, Having a good time. After the meal, his wife brings out Hamin. Hamin. Not just cholent like you never seen, meat and the bones and the eggs. He sits over there, starts crying tears. The guy tells him, it's a suit, crying Shabbat. You're not allowed to cry in Shabbat, quickly smile. He goes, no, these are happy tears. It's happy tears. What happened? He told him, listen, I want to let you know. Last night, after what we saw over here with your children, so we come home on Shabbat, our children are in the room playing the video games. I'm sitting on the couch with one hand in my pants, one hand with the beer and the TV on, soccer game, Mondial. My wife is in the kitchen, no one's talking to each other. I come over here, there's achivut, there's love, there's cham b'bayit, it's warm in the house. So last night, me and my wife, after seeing this, told ourselves, you know what? We took it upon ourselves to be Shomer Shabbat. Shomer Shabbat. Shomer Shabbat. Tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when a person would understand, if you can go into the future and see what these limitations, what these things that you think are limiting you are actually giving you, you will run to do them. You will run to do them. But you have to understand, Tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you have to understand. This is what Pesach is all about. You want freedom? Real freedom is understanding that there's limitations in the freedom. Because to really enjoy something, to really have satiation from something, it needs to be limited. I limit myself to once a week. Hashem will be zocheh this Pesach to have a beautiful, beautiful, healthy holiday.